YouTube. So I did edit the intro so a Metroid would come out when the professor's talking, but you can't really see the height that it's in. Whatever Pokemon you do just kind of plops onto the floor, which looks kind of weird for a Metroid. Maybe I should use Birdie or something. So, as always, we are going to be a girl because that's Samus. And we're going to be named Samus. Yes, my name is Samus. And now here's the new addition. I made like a... The palettes aren't as easy to edit in these like intro images, so now we have like the menacing JoJo villain Dark Samus here. Because it was easier to kind of make, and you only see this once, and I kind of turned it into a joke by making her really creepy and menacing here. She's a lot more... Oh, also there's not a lot of ways you can edit the palette that they use for this name selection, but she will not look green in game. What should Dark Samus's name be? Should I go completely silly and have her actually be called Dark Samus? I'll go for that. Whatever. I don't have like a clever name for her. Maybe I thought Samus backwards, but Samus backwards is too similar. Sumas just kind of sounds like it said Samus weird. So yes, this is Dark Samus. Also, I didn't read out the professor's text, but I did edit everything. So she's actually your sister, not the professor's granddaughter. I did have to go through all the text that talks about her in the game. I think I got all of it. We'll see if we catch anything. Because you need to change like the gender of the character you're talking about, and you need to remove any references to her being Oak's grandson. The boy is Adam. No, I left the boy as red. If you wanna be red, you can still be red. Because anyway, I thought about editing the boy, and I was like, yeah, everybody's gonna play as Samus anyway. It's not a good allocation of work. So maybe now I'll read a bit of the text. So we see the stuff that I did for Dark Samus. Even though I'm not gonna do voices. I'm not a good voice actor or anything. Dark Samus, let me think. Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Just wait. Here, Samus. There are 3 Pokemon here. Haha! The Pokemon are held inside these balls. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer, but now, at my old age, I have only 3 left. I don't know what he did with all his Pokemon. Like, he's studying them? Why wouldn't he keep them? Anyway, I get to choose. What? You promised me a Pokemon. Be patient, Dark Samus. You can have one too. So it's basically like, Green, the rival, has a really... I don't know, he talks in a very kiddie way and like a cool guy, like, yeah, I'll smell you later. And I didn't think that fit, so I kind of rewrote it to remove his mannerisms. And there will be sections later on where the text is different, and she's like explicitly a lot more mean than Green, who's just kind of a prick, but he's not a bad guy. Like, she more explicitly like mistreats Pokemon. She's closer to Silver, who's kind of a nastier rival. So these are the 3 starters. This time you can catch them all in the feuds later on. I am going to use X Parasite because that's the one I haven't started with yet. He's by far the hardest one in the early game, especially if you're doing a solo run, which I am no longer doing. I did a solo run with X in Fast Forward, and it's actually pretty interesting as a challenge run because it's such a limited Pokemon. It's kind of a better Ditto. Hey Samus, don't you run off. You want to be a trainer? Battle me. So yeah, so this one won't be as draggy because I won't be like soloing with X. Like the beginning may be a little bit difficult because I am planning on doing Metroid Pokemon only, right? I'm only using the Pokemon that I edited, but we are getting Metroids as soon as Mount Moon, and we're going to rely on that a lot more. Just the early game is going to be kinda where we get to explore how limited X is. That way I feel like we get the experience of the idea of an X solo run, because it really is the hardest part, is the early game. So we start with only Transform and Poison Gas. So I'm going to Poison Gas for sure. The idea of X is like when you use Transform with Ditto, you just become, you get all the statuses, including stat changes from your enemy at the point when you use Transform, except you keep your HP and level. So I gave X stuff that doesn't transfer, right? So you can poison, you can confuse, you can use Ingrain, which gives you a little bit of health every turn. Stuff like barrier, so that stays even though you transform. So you can kind of set up a little bit, you can status your enemy a little bit, but you got no direct damaging moves for X until rollout, when you're like in your final evolution. And rollout's also kind of a setup move because the early damage barely hurts. But if anybody here saw the last playthrough, you know X becomes very strong later on. Beating the rivals Barrier X was extremely difficult. But as you can see, with a little bit of setup, we could beat Dark Samus in the first battle. What? Get back up, you weakling. Pathetic. I got 80 bucks. Excellent. Fusion, you win prize money. Okay, they're just explaining the mechanics. Oh, by the way, I didn't change options. I gotta remember to do that. So, we're going in options. Text speed's going to be fast. Battle scene, I'll leave it on. We're taking our time with this one. And battle style is set because otherwise kind of cheating. Also, we will not be using items in battle. You add the Zebes animals later. So, this is a thing that I'm going to talk about throughout this playthrough. Right now, we have the starters and the legendaries as custom Metroid Pokemon. I feel like with my free time or lack thereof, this is kind of what I could realistically do, because the next step would be, starting changing random Pokemon. And at that point, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me to have just a handful. I would want to do like a decent number. And I would be interested in being part of a project to do, like, if you play like the Dragon Ball Z mod of Fire Red, where they have like way less than 150, but it's like a full set of original Pokemon. I would be interested in that for Pokémetroid, where I could do like the sprites, or like be one of the person doing the sprites and kind of overseeing the sprite dynamic of the thing. But I don't think I can be part of like designing a whole game of new Pokemon. So if I do another one beyond this, would probably do that, like let's make a full game, but that would be like with at least one, hopefully like more collaborators, just, you know, everyone doing it whenever they can in the free time and kind of being a shared project. Because just by myself, this is what I can like reasonably make. One of Dark Samus's dialogues was cut by the message box. I don't know if you noticed because it passed pretty fast. Really? Cut by the message box? Oh, like it got away? Like it went too far to the right or something? I gotta look at that. I'll try to remember to take a look at it then. So yeah, I'd be interested in turning this into a bigger project if there are like people interested. So if you're watching this later, most of the people watch the VOD and not live, or even on YouTube. Like I'm sure you can find my Twitter wherever you're watching this. If you are like a Pokemon ROM hacker, if you have any experience with this, I figure there's a decent amount of people who, you know, can do the ROM hacking part, but aren't like artists, so they can't really do good sprites. So if you like Metroid, and that sounds like a fun thing to do here and there, not like a super serious project that you need to commit a ton of time to, feel free to like shoot me a DM or something. It was like half a letter cut out, but still, yeah, you know, not the worst thing in the world, but it's probably a very easy fix. Like the dialogue editor gives you like a general idea of where the cutoff is. They say make the text not get past this. But with different fonts, I kind of assumed, and I guess this proves it, that depending on what letters you're using, it's going to vary a little bit. So I might have gotten too close to the line and wound up cutting it. I'll try to fix it. I hope I remember it and fix it. Another reason, I should keep an eye out for that. Another reason that I shouldn't be skipping the Dark Samus dialogue, I kind of did it out of habit. Is that all? Very well, that'll do it. Don't worry, oh, there it is again. There it is. I gotta go back to the dialogue and make sure. Like that line is apparently a little bit generous and I have to go shorter. Like here, super easy fix, I just have to cut the line earlier. Don't worry, old man, I'll succeed where you miserably failed. Okay, yeah, pretty much all the dialogue, I guess, I'm going to have to kind of restructure. But again, I rarely use the whole space, I just should have cut the line earlier. I'd catch every Pokemon at some point anyway. Samus should get a map from Daisy so you don't get lost. I want a proper fight with you. Alright. I try to, you know, keep all the substance of the dialogue mostly there. So, you know, when Green tells you about something, Dark Samus is also going to tell you about something, it's just not going to be the same. Like Green is like, I'm going to get a map from my sister, I'll make sure to tell her not to give you one so you get lost and die in the woods or something like that. So I changed how it works for a different personality and because he's not related to Daisy. A sense of honor. Yeah, I made her kind of more, like she's more evil, but she's also kind of honorable. Cause like she decided you're, you know, her rival now. Because I kind of write the dialogue assuming that you probably won the first fight. Because you tend to. Getting some XP because we will need some to beat Brock. We need a decent amount of levels. because Brock transform is not super good against him because his Pokemon kind of resist their own attacks. Like you can be using normal attacks, so you certainly can't like transform into Geodude and try to carry the battle just by having higher HP, because then you're not going to be able to do anything to Onix. You're going to run out of PP. You're going to have to use Harden forever. Like one of the worst things for transform early game is like you have 5 PP off each attack, and usually they're going to have like one attack that kind of hurts and then a bunch of status moves. Then you have to like just do those indefinitely when the only Pokemon you have is a Pokemon that just transformed. Oh, I'm going to be catching Pokemon. I'm just not going to use them because you need stuff from Professor's aids. Like Flash is optional, but I am going to do the Savvy Islands in this one because I'm going to do legit like I'm going to get Mother Brain, which is Mewtwo, legitimately. So we need to do the Savvy Islands, and to do the Savvy Islands we need 60 Pokemon, I think, in our Pokédex. Save again. Now I'm gonna fast forward a little bit here, just because the old man is really annoying. What's up, Largan? We're finally doing Pokémetroid 3 now with the 3 legendaries and Dark Samus as the rival. I already caught the first problem, which is the line the text editor gives you to like don't cross this line, otherwise you know your text going to get cropped off. Apparently the lines are a little bit too generous, at least sometimes, depending on what letters you used. And some of the dialogue is getting cut off, so I'm going to have to run through the dialogue again and make sure that is staying somewhat clear of that cutoff line. So yeah, now we're going to, let's see if we can fight trainers already. As you probably know, trainers give you 1.5 times XP. So it's just more efficient to train against trainers rather than random Pokemon. Oh, because I have OBS down, I can't see. I can open it real quick. Zappo, thanks for the follow. On the early stream, I just had technical difficulties for a while. I don't know what's up with my PC, if there's something weird going on. I open like Task Manager and everything. Let's save here. I think this guy has Poison Pokemon, which will be annoying because our move right now is Poison Gas. So we don't want to fight Poison Pokemon. There's not a lot we can do about them, you know. They only have weak attacks that are not very effective against themselves. So if you transform, we just run out of PP and lose. We have to string shot them a bunch of times. It's really bad. Again, as a challenge run, X only is actually pretty interesting. Oops, this guy did have a Weedle. I'm just gonna reset it. I misremembered. You have to skip the first 2 bug catches, not just the first one. What was I saying? Oh yeah, X can learn every TM. Like in Metroid Fusion, X is like they could like absorb machinery and stuff and get knowledge from stuff. So I made it so they are compatible with every TM. But because they are kind of mindless, I changed it. In version 2.0, you can also learn every move tutor move with an X. In 3.0, you can learn no move tutor moves. just so it's a little bit more balanced. Anyway, X's status, like they have very low attack and special attack, so you still like you're not going to like give it flamethrower, you know, blizzard. Just stack it up with strong moves to have like good coverage and kind of play the game like that. It's kind of a bad way to play as X because it's going to be bad at that. It's good at stalling strategies, at statusing, like the kind of stuff that it learns anyway is what uses its stats better. Like stuff that doesn't, where your stats don't matter so much. So now we are a Caterpie against itself poisoned, so we should win this out. Just for the XPs. Like it's higher level and times 1.2, so. At this point I'm just going to string shot it because there's something after that, and I'm hoping between tackle and struggle that I can take that out as well. Because I think it's like a Metapod. I probably shouldn't even have tackled as much as I did. I should have just let Poison take it out. I figured I should tackle because it damages me and I'm going to be using my HP for struggle, but I don't think that's correct. I think letting it die from poison is the best strategy. So yeah, solo X. It's just going to be the beginning of this run. But that's also the most annoying part. Oof. I think this is my last string shot. Don't tackle me, string shot me again. I think oh no, you did string shot me again. Because I was getting a lot of tackles, so I figured like the AI was like, okay, they're low enough. But I guess it's still random. Level 7, that's good. We learn disable, that's going to be interesting for the future. Of course we don't get access to disable now. Oh, it's another Caterpie. So let's just tackle it. I think I'm probably going to lose then. I'd have to get really good luck with string shots. And even then, I mean, I don't think it's going to string shot me past... oh, we both missed tackle, weird. But now I'm just going to struggle myself to that. Oh well. Even if it just uses string shot now, and I'm surprised it's still using. This has to be like my 6th downgrade. Yeah, so we got close, but it's not gonna happen. Too bad. I miscalculated there. I thought it might be possible. It's still using string shot. How weird. We're going to lose by one attack. Yeah, that's it. And it took exactly 3. We lost by 1 HP. If we could struggle again, it would have gone down. So yeah, that's too bad. But we did get disable. I wonder how I'll do against Rival right now. Like, I have no money, so it's okay. There's Rival 2 or Rival 1.5, depending on how you count it. I figure a bunch of people might not know or remember that this Rival even exists, but I do want to test every Rival fight. So let's see if we can like take out its first Pokemon. Let's fast forward. While we don't have the running shoes, I'm going to fast forward to this walking. So there's a Rival right here. Hey, Samus. You're after the Pokemon League? There's no point. They won't let you in without 8 gym badges. I wanted to warn you. To warn them, sorry. I'm going to dethrone them soon. Oh well, I'll fight you then. Maybe time to like the battle. Oh, Spearow, which is not like I gave Dark Samus a whole custom team that's supposed to be to have counters to every starter, but also be like a fairly diverse team moving forward. But I didn't want to just keep Green's team, so it's a whole new team. Let's see. I'm hoping there's going to use pack and that I can disable it. Yeah. Oh, okay, that was a crit. I was a little bit... Oh, it missed disable, so I just lose. Let's try again. Let's see how much a normal pack does. Way too much. And I missed again. Okay, I guess I'll die. And crit again. Is pack a high critical hit move? Oh, sorry, I didn't read a bunch of messages because it's on my cell phone now. Going to bed, it's past 11 PM here, have fun. Thank you, Pika Mew. Pika Mew Meow was. There's a lot of name. But yeah, thanks for dropping by. Good night. So cool. Hello, what's up? Mild BNM. Again, if I ever say a name wrong, you can just, kind of spell it out for me down there. But Discord, sorry, Twitch names are weird. I kind of feel like it's possible to beat this Spearow if I get if I just get the damn disable to work and not a critical hit. But I figure we'll fight that guy up there again. First, because I figure we're coming back. Like, grinding for Brock is going to be tricky. And you guys will have had enough of X only by the time we beat Brock. You're going to be happy that I get to get other Pokemon. Because while it's an interesting run, it's very slow and methodical. Because there are no quick KOs. Like every mandatory fight, you're going to have to slowly chip away. At every Pokemon, because you can't just directly damage them. And if you transform into the first one, you're already going to be messed with poison gas. You're already going to be out of PP. Like, you're not going to be that strong, and you're going to run out of PP by the time you reach the other ones, and you're just going to struggle yourself to death. So I'll see if I can disable tackle now before transforming. So it never gets easy, you're always having to think. Use tackle, good. Come on. And again I have a crit. And I missed the... Okay, I'm not very lucky right now. I'm gonna try again. String shot, oops. I disabled string shot, that's bad for me. Yep, that backfired. That's not good. I just tried to get a kill on this Caterpie. There's no way I'm going to beat them both with this luck. It's like the worst possible way this battle could turn out. Okay, we went to level 8. But we're not beating this. I feel like this is going to be too boring. Should I just do items in battle until I make it to Brock? Like, this is just grinding. We're going to do it eventually. I figured, especially having already done this, I don't feel like doing it again. I'm just gonna to speed this along. I still am going to have to run out of string shots, and then just struggle it to death. So yeah. Almost there. So I'm going to do it legit, like starting from the gym. At least we speed this along. And we get to the part where we actually have to think and stuff. Because this is kind of mindless, just going back and forth. Like you gain a level from pretty much every win. We learned supersonic, so now it's a lot more feasible, everything. So yeah, just basically to compensate for the bad luck on this battle. I didn't want to have, make you guys watch me walk all the way over here again. Now with supersonic we should be able to... I'm gonna try to get some programming done with the stream in the background. That's how cool. Yeah. Yeah, I like having streams as background noise. It's usually kind of how I do it. Sometimes it's a day when I can't really stream while I work on art, so I'm doing some art and I'll just have someone else's stream going. Let's see what we can do to Doug here, now that we have supersonic. Supersonic, it's confused, and he used string shot. Okay, that's fine. Should I just transform? Am I going to be slower than it now? I figure I'm probably slower than it now. So I'm going to... No. Disable him first. Heard something is confusion, cool. Supersonic again. He's already confused, I know. But I just want to hang around here for a bit longer before I transform. Poison Sting, good. It's not very effective because I'm poisonous. But I want to disable Poison Sting. Snap out of confusion, that's fine. Let's just confuse it again. I should have done the other trainer, this one's stronger. Against Supersonic, I'm waiting for it to use... at this point, just probably gonna die soon. To use Poison Sting, basically to use... yeah, to use Disable. Although it kinda doesn't matter. But yeah, this is the kind of speed that you can see with X only run. It's by far the hardest one to start. Metroid nowadays, like when I did my Metroid run the first time, I was thinking of making Metroid the one that's slow to start, but I changed that. Metroid's actually pretty easy to start the game with right now. I'm actually going to transform because I think it might be a Kakuna after this, and we definitely don't want to be that. I just having confusion now. Very effective. Oh no! I really underestimated how weak not very effective Poison Sting is. It's really bad. And it's never going to poison either. So yeah, this was a mistake. I shouldn't have gone for this guy yet. But let's see if we can struggle the Kakuna. Then I can just take a loss and go fight the rival again. So yeah, this is the life of X only trainer. Not great. So this is the thing, like, an X is a way better Ditto. Like, it's pretty much better than Ditto in every way. Like, it has more options. HP, which is the only stat that matters in a Ditto, is way higher. And it's still really bad. I really never got the point of a Ditto. Like it sounds like an interesting gimmick, but they didn't even try to make it functional. Like you just become a worse version of the other Pokemon. Like best case scenario, you're turning into a Pokemon that has low HP and high, other stats. So your overall stats are better because you kept your HP. But then you also have only 5 PP for every move, so you're still bad in other ways. I really just don't get the use case. Huh, I might actually beat this Widow as well. Yup, especially with the crit. Like, Struggle is so much better than... Like, I actually underestimated the damage I'd be able to do as Widow, because I forgot, like, the other guys are also Widow. And Struggle is just so much better than Poison Sting. So in this rare case, it's actually good that Transform only gives you 5 PP because you get to use Struggle as soon as possible. Like, Struggle is supposed to be the worst thing possible, like it's supposed to be worse than any move. But not in this case. So in this case I'm just going to Supersonic. Oh, by the way, you haven't even been able to see this yet, because I pretty much, unless you were really paying attention to the text, it hasn't mattered yet. But X has the ability Color Change, which means that whatever attack I get hit with, I become that type. I was wondering about the stream title. X Parasite. What's the stream title? Did I not call it Pokémetroid 3.0? I mean, yeah, this is the next Pokémetroid. As the tweet announcing it says, now we have all the legendaries are custom and Dark Samus's arrival. So currently we are enduring the horrible grind that is an X only run, because this is going to be edited Pokemon, Metroid Pokemon only run. We get Metroids as soon as Mount Moon, but all the way up to Brock, which is kind of the worst part of an X only run, we're going to do X only, and it's really annoying. Oh yeah, there's a trainer sprite this time. Oh yeah, the trainer sprite is Samus. Oh yeah, I guess we just kinda met through Twitch, so you have no idea about my stuff. I was doing this a while back. This is a mod that I made for Pokemon Fire Red, where you play as Samus. The starters are a Metroid Ridley going through his life phases that you see in Other M, and the X-Parasite, and now I added legendaries, which are Kraid, Phantom, and Dragon, which are 3 bosses from Super Metroid. Also, Mother Brain is Mewtwo, and like way more overpowered than Mewtwo. I also tried to make the rival harder than the rival is in this game already. And the rival is already kind of the hardest part of Gen 1, or rather the Kanto games. So she should give us a challenge where the gym leaders really won't. Other than Brock, because we will still be X only, and X is really not super good against Brock. Like, really the only one that does pretty well against Brock is Ridley, because he gets a dark type move, which is special in this generation. So he just kind of destroys Brock, because Brock has low special defense. For the people who saw the Ridley run, there's a lot of munching on rocks. We bite rocks and then we crunch rocks. And that's like the easiest type to beat. So yeah, this is a Metapod, which means we can poison it, which is always good. We can if we hit it at some point. There we go. So okay, now it's poisoned. We can also make it confused. Confusion is good because it's not a status technically, so it stacks with statuses. And between poison and confusion you can... Oh, but Metapod has freaking... what's it called? It has skin shed skin. Which means I have to be poisoning all the time. Come on. Got by poison. I'm just going to be using poison gas all the time because it can always just snap out of it. Should I transform into it? Okay, another poison gas because I have infinite. Come on, poison gas. It's missing a lot. Between that and, you know, shed skin, it's going to be a very slow struggle. Speaking of struggle, I'm just going to transform into Metapod now. And there you go, higher level. Do I want to forget I'm not learning Grain? Yeah. What should I learn? I was always really struggling with what to unlearn as X because you kind of want everything. But I'm going to get rid of Disable just because it's kind of unreliable. Ingrain is a grass type move that gives you health every turn. It's like Leech Seed without the part that hurts the other guy. But it stays for the whole, you know, as long as you don't change Pokemon. So it's pretty good for stall strategies, which is X's whole thing. It's all about stalling, which is what makes it, you know, the solo run quite slow. But yeah, our struggle is pretty good. And our defense is really strong, which makes the recoil pretty low. Like between our high HP and Metapod's defense, which was already multiplied 6 times, because when you transform, you do take all the stat changes from the Pokemon you transformed into. So between all of that, struggle is actually the best thing X can do this time. There you go. Let's save here. And I'm actually going all the way back, so bear with me. Because I do want to test all the rival dialogue, and that means I have to beat Rival 2. Rival 2 is really weird because I think in the whole Pokemon series, I don't know if they ever did that again, I haven't played the most recent ones, but I think it's the only optional rival fight. And it's not only optional but kind of out of the way. And it's very weirdly overleveled for when you encounter it. Like, It's way harder than any trainer in... What's the name? The forest? Forgot the forest name. Anyways, any harder than any of those. And by the time you cross those, you really have no reason to go all the way back here. So yeah, but now we should be able to beat it. Let's see how we do. Let's get that. I think that's just like a potion or an antidote or something. Potion, yeah. Yeah, I have been using a bunch of potions, so save us a few bucks. Let's go here. We already saw the dialogue because I lost her earlier. Let's see. Here is Dark Samus. What should we do? I'm afraid of that pack. Let's do Supersonic because it has a chance. Well, I didn't get it, but it does have a chance to avoid damage. While Poison only deals damage. I'm going to want to turn into the Metroid, not... Although, wait. In this configuration it's actually good to transform. Because I'm going to have Pack, and Pack is good against the Metroid. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure it's just here in the Metroid. Sorry, Spyro and the Metroid in this one. So, I got 5 packs, I can use one on you. And die to poison. Good. Got custom sprite work for the trainer ID. Yeah. I can show it to you guys after this battle. But yeah, other than the credits, which is like a whole animation that I didn't feel like editing, all the sprites related to the trainer are edited now. As well as the rival. So yeah, Metroid is Bug and Dragon, by the way, so we are super effective with our pack, and we defeated her. They are still too weak. Pokemon League is where the best trainers in the region are. To become champion, first you need to get in there. Let's see who can do it first. Okay, so yeah, pretty straightforward there. And that dialogue didn't clip or anything. So cool. I should also... How's my health? Pretty decent. Let's catch something. I'm going to need... Fighting types can be a problem. Although I'm sure Monkey doesn't have any fighting type moves yet. Because fighting and dragon, like they hit you, you become their type, and then future attacks are super effective. So that's bad. We were using that when we had to beat the evolved X. In the other run, we were using Dragon Claw on it. Because all the hits get to be super effective, otherwise you have to do some kind of weird dance where you're changing its attack, changing its type, and then using something that's super effective against that. There, you got a monkey boy. No, I'm not naming it and we're not using it. This is just to fill out the Pokédex. Poison gas and it missed. Poison gas and it missed. It's like a pun. No? Alright. What types are Metroid, X, and Ridley? I forgot to show you the trainer spread, by the way. X starts as a poison type, but as I was saying, it has color change, so it always just becomes the type of the last attack it received. Unless it uses transform, then it's just the type of the Pokemon it transformed into for the rest of the battle. Metroids are Bug and Dragon. Dragon is in part because, you know, the evolved versions do look kind of dragony. But mostly because I wanted an ice weakness, and that made more sense than ground. And I didn't want it to be flying. Flying is just kind of a really bad type. And would make it like weak to electric and fire, and I didn't want. I'm sorry, electric and, you know, not strong to fire. I like that Dragonite resistant to like energies because Metroid, you know, it's kind of energy absorbing. Here is Samus. Here's a trainer ID picture. I think it's pretty cute. I like it a lot more than the one I got to use in the beginning. It's based on leaves, but I just think it looks okay. Just gonna let them faint, and I'm going to put them on the PC now. Yeah, all of them fainted from poison. So yeah. Someone's PC. Let's deposit and deposit. I don't even know why the PCs past Gen 2 even have the withdraw and deposit options as like the main things, because move does everything that deposit and withdraw does, but more comfortably, and it also lets you reorganize your stuff. So I don't know why you don't just click the box and immediately go into move. It just does everything. Oh yeah, the later life stages. Although I could see baby and alpha Metroids having levitate. Yeah, I think I gave levitate originally to the larva, but I changed it to clear body. So it avoids like down status stuff only in the first form. Then it has shed skin in the future forms because it sheds its skin when it's transforming, which are pretty good abilities to have. X is also like, it's really bad in the early game, but it's really good long term. It's probably overpowered, but I think it's just really interesting because it, you know, it's overpowered in a not boring, like it's not like Mewtwo overpowered, where you're just faster than everyone and kill everyone in one hit. It's overpowered by having like infinite options to create a bunch of crazy builds, and by being really good at stalling people and being really hard to take out. Like your best shot is probably really just a really strong psychic Pokemon to try to one-hit it while it's still poisoned before it gets to set up anything. But even that's pretty hard at higher levels because they're just crazy high HP. Like it's not a near Chansey, but it's way above average HP. I mean, if you guys want to, are curious to see like its full power, I mean, it's gone from Twitch now because it doesn't archive things for that long. But on the YouTube, you can see like part 3 of the Ridley playthrough, which is Pokémetroid 2.0. There's just a million versions of the champion battle because it's just that difficult to take it out. Ingrain. And frankly, I'm just going to transform right away to get started on running out of PP. Yeah. So one thing people ask for a lot, and I think would be fun, would be like having alternate evolution paths to the starters. But that also I feel like I'd only do, again, if people wanted to like collaborate and kind of spread the work around to other people who wanted to work on this mod. But the idea would be, I was thinking we could have like Metroid be, I don't know if that's possible, But there are Pokemon that like evolve differently depending on whether they're male or female, right? So I wanted to make like female Metroids like a 5% chance or something, because you got to adjust that, and have female Metroids, instead of turning into Gamma then Omega, they would turn into like a large Metroid, like in the end of Super Metroid, and then a Queen. So you could have like 2 evolution paths with different stats and moves and all that. And then do like a metal coat thing for Ridley, maybe, where like if it turns into Ridley, like if it crosses that level, holding a metal coat, it turns into Matter Ridley instead of regular Ridley. And maybe something to make X turn into Psyx. But I always find that harder to justify, like how does this blob, like in a Pokemon world where it didn't absorb Samus, how does this blob turn into like this armor looking person? Like just a metal coat, I don't feel like helps a lot. Trade the Metroid holding phase on. Yeah, that was another thing, like if you could turn an item, like make a custom item that's like phase on, that you got somewhere, and then make Pokemon that evolve with Phase and just turn into like a Phase form, would be cool. Like having that available for a few of them. Turn into like the Phase on Metroids from Prime. And then like Metroid Prime in the end, you know. What am I doing? I interacted with the PC as if I was going to save there. That was weird. Hunters, Fish and Prime. Yeah, there's the Hunters as well. But then it would be like 3 stages all just of that. So let's save here and fight Brock finally, so we can move on with our lives. So yeah, that would be really cool. Like there are a lot of really cool ideas, but I really just don't like. It's been such a long time since I played a video game other than like the text adventure thing that I did for the stream and this game, the past versions of it. Like I really don't have that much free time to be throwing into a mod, you know, that I can't monetize in any way because Nintendo is not a fan of that. I put a shirt of Samus holding a Pokeball, like the art that I use for Pokémetroid. There's like a Kensuke Mori style drawing of Samus with an Ultra Ball in her hand and just a Metroid on the side. And like Nintendo took down the shirt because of weirdly Pokemon copyright and not Metroid copyright. Because I saw that they just kind of leave Metroid stuff on TeePublic. They don't really mind. Like it's not on their bots to look for Metroid stuff. There's like straight up official art for Metroid that, you know, Nintendo made just for sale there. They absolutely don't care, but Pokemon, they have bots to take stuff down. So I didn't even tag anything with Pokemon and they still took it down. Just for like the art style and holding an Ultra Ball. Which they get to do, like copyright law is super, like modern copyright law is super lenient in favor of the rights holders. Like you pretty much can take it down. You can just argue like this, you know, alludes to Pokemon, and it like is damaging the market for Pokemon t-shirts, which we make money from. So take it down. And they win that. So you know, I just leave it down. And even if they didn't, like they absolutely could take it down based on Metroid, right? They do have the rights, they just don't exercise them. So I'm not really going to like question the decision, right? Like I'm not going to appeal it. Because also like I make zero money from those t-shirts. It's really not worth the time at all. I just made them available because people asked for them. I was like, okay, that could be fun. But yeah, like you don't make money from shirts on TeePublic. It's basically nothing. But there goes the Geodude. So yeah, if anything, we're over leveled at this point. That was really easy. So yeah, and there's like a non-zero chance of this project like being attacked, like denunciated and stuff by Nintendo. They're kind of weirdly random in how they work, and they're definitely most like they take down the most Pokemon stuff. So it's like a non-zero chance, but I'll still be very surprised. They rarely bother with ROM hacks, it's more fan games. And even if they did, like, they can't really, like, they can stop, they can say, you know, you can put links to this and talk about this on your Twitter anymore, or we're going to sue you, you know. And I will definitely stop because I'm making no money from this. This is just for fun, and I'm not gonna get sued over it. But they couldn't really stop me from uploading, like, not under my name on, like, every file sharing site that I felt like it. Right, so... it's like they never really take stuff down, like, another Metroid 2 remake, you can still download it if you want, it's in a million places. They never fully take it down, they just don't let people, you know, interact with the community and be like visible doing it, because if they do, they're going to, you know, take it down and sue you. But they don't really get rid of the game, and they don't stop anybody from profiting off their property, because nobody was profiting off their property. I really think it's just a really old-fashioned bad idea on their part. Like, they're entitled to do it, it's just not a good idea. Like, having a creative community around your properties is not a bad thing. Nobody who plays fan games goes on to not buy the official game because they played a fan game, you know? But the market for that, the people who pursue something like that, is so much smaller that it's only made out of the really big fans, the people who are going to, you know, support the thing no matter what, and just want more of that. It's like thinking fanfic is going to take away from like selling your books or whatever you do TV show. Like, the people who bother with fanfic at all are people who just want more content. They don't want it instead. It's pretty much the same with ROM hacks. I really don't think ROM hacks and fan games are taking anything away from them. But again, it's their call to make under the current copyright laws in most countries. I don't really agree with those laws, but that's like a separate issue. It's not really a copyright law. Like, I actually have no problem with copyright. I have problem with IP. I think intellectual property is defended in a way over the top way nowadays. Especially even in like recent decades. Like, I really don't think Nintendo would have won their suit against Universal for Donkey Kong nowadays. Like, they changed one word of the title, the whole scenario is so clearly just King Kong. They're clearly, you know, latching onto the popularity of King Kong to make their game. It's not a parody, it's just straight up like ripping off the premise of King Kong and turning it into your own brand and your own thing to profit from. I think it's totally okay. I think it's really bad that Nintendo wouldn't win the lawsuit nowadays, but they wouldn't. I just keep supersonicking. I know it's already confused, but I don't want to turn into Geodude, I want to turn into Onix. Poison Gas has more PP, so I'm going to waste that instead. Until it snaps out. Hello, what's up, Oleg? We are at the end of the section of this run that's X only. Once I get past Brock, I get to stop relying exclusively on stalling strategies. And we are going to get a Metroid, and then we're going to mostly use the Metroid for the rest of the run. Until we get like Ridley, and then I don't know if we're going to catch other X's. Could be interesting, but there are enough, like with the legendaries. There are actually like 7 Pokemon, but you know, Mother Brain, getting Mother Brain is the absolute last thing you ever do in the run, so really there's only one full team worth of Metroid Pokemon, and we're just going to use that. There we go. I learned Mimic. Am I going to learn Mimic? Nah, I'm going to keep Mimic. Because I could have Mimic instead of Transform, and that would be kind of more versatile, I guess. But Mimic, like Gen 1 Mimic is crazy good. Sounds good. By the way, if you wanna hop into the chat, you can. I don't know how much time you got in your hands right now. But yeah, just to mention it. Gen 1 Mimic is really good because you get to pick what you want to mimic. But in this one, it's like Disable. You can only mimic like the last thing they did. So I'm not sure about it. I'm going to do it just for variety's sake. We already use Transform a lot. Then I was talking on the other ones that I used a lot. A thing that Pokemon, at least up to this gen, didn't use that much, which is the thing where a Pokemon will learn certain moves only if you like don't level it up. Like the learn set from the Pokemon past its evolution level, it's different from its evolutions. So learn certain things earlier, learn certain things that the other evolutions wouldn't learn. So I did that a lot with the original Metroid Pokemon, just because it's fun and why not? It gives you more options. So if you keep X unevolved on the amorphous version of X. Oh, I love to, but I'm working right now, so I wouldn't be able to talk. Okay, that's cool. Let's mimic it then. Or should we supersonic it? I'll supersonic first. Supersonic failed, okay. So if you keep X up to a really high level in the first form, you learn, what's the word? I forget the term that's named after, but it's a move where when you use it, whatever moves the other Pokemon has that you also have in your moveset, they can't use. It's a really specific use case. But since X can learn every TM, you could just make X's that exist to like block a Pokemon. Like just learn, like teach it it's a damaging move or something to an X, and just make it so it works by blocking someone. Is the idea. I forgot what he just used. I'm going to not hurt yourself in confusion. Okay. So we're doing fine. I'll probably win without mimicking. You hurt yourself in confusion again. I'm never going to know what the last move it used was. At this point I'm just going to use mimic. Tackle. Okay, I'm going to mimic tackle. Zoinks. So now I have tackle and I get to hurt it very little because again it's super effective against tackle. Also bind technically, but I'm pretty sure bind. Oh no, bind, right. Thought it was bind. Yeah, it's also super effective against bind. So I finally got the boulder badge. So this is a big milestone here. It's going to flow a lot faster now. So we got Rock Tomb. So we could teach Rock Tomb to X. But it might be a good idea to teach it. Because we're going to get Metroid soon, but Metroids are weak against flying types. So having something that's good against flying types, pretty good idea. Oh, especially because before we get the Metroid, there's a bunch of trainers who are pretty under-leveled. But as I was saying before, no battle is fast as X because it has no attacking moves. What's up? Okay, good. Running shoes, finally. We get to fast forward a little bit less now because we're going to be running for running shoes. There's a girl here. I'm going to save before just so I don't regret it. Let's see. Bag, TM case, Rock Tomb. It's pretty bad. Rock Tomb sucks, but at this point, I feel like it's a good idea. Like considering how good Struggle was in Viridian Forest. I'm going to teach it over the Mimic. Mimic's just really unreliable. Like I'm not very fast, so a lot of the time it will be like a roll of the dice what I'm going to copy. So let's crush some bugs. There's a lot of bugs and flyers here, so Rock Tomb will probably be pretty good. I'm just going to be backtracking for more PP. There you go. That was so much easier than before. Oh, and they're going to evolve. Pretty sure X evolved at level 16. So yeah, even though it's super effective and a lot stronger, you can see the attack is not killing, even though it's like it's bad because it misses a lot. It's not that weak. 50 at this point in the game is pretty decent. And super effective, they are a lot weaker, and it still didn't one-shot any first form of bugs. This should illustrate how low X's attack is. It's really not meant for attacking directly. Now it's going to get a little bit more decent as we evolve. This is one of my favorite sprites. I really like how it turned out. Like the texture of the, like how you can see that it's just kind of a glassy shell kind of thing. I just really like how worked, then I turn it into like Pokemon style. Do I want to learn Reflect? I think I do. Like, cuts damage from physical attack for 5 turns, I can switch out, I can survive so much longer. I think I'm going to get rid of Supersonic. It's really good to be able to poison and Supersonic, but I want vary strats as well. So I always give a little bit of a preference to the new move. Also, this is something that I've been meaning to check to make sure of forever. I kind of assume that the guy... First, I haven't even confirmed that he exists in this game, because I'm not 100% sure. The move relearner guy. I would like to be sure whether... Oof, this is bad actually. I'm out of rock teams already. This is a problem. I'm going to have to ingrain and then struggle as Kakuna. It's going to take a second. I should really have backtracked. This is so much slower than backtracking to the Pokemon Center. Oh no, I can't transform anymore. I got rid of that. I'm an idiot. I forgot. Ah, this is bad. This actually really sucks. I'm an idiot. I'm going to reset and go back a bunch because I did something really stupid. I forgot this is a thing with X only runs. You can get not soft lock because you can, like, the battle will eventually end, but you can very easily put yourself in a position where you have to exhaust the PP to a bunch of moves that have a ton of PP. Because they won't beat you either. Like, you have a lot of HP and one of the moves is ingrained, which is going to be healing you. So it takes forever to either win or lose the battle. So that's something you have to worry about with X. This time I'm just going to go back to the Pokemon Center. That was really silly. Because yeah, at least when we had Transform, it never takes that long. Like, the longest it can possibly take for you to exhaust all your PP is 20 turns. Like, each of my moves there had more than 20 PP. So yeah, we're evolving again. Can I skip this? I don't think I can. Okay, there we go. Yes, I want to learn Reflect over Supersonic. And I also, you know, got rid of Supersonic, which I'm going to do again, but it does, oh boy, just be killable. Okay, there's only 2 of them, and they are poisonable, so there's no problem there. I'm just missing all the Rock Tombs. I gotta save before every trainer, because Rock Tomb has such bad accuracy that even if I go into a fight with full PP, it is very possible that I just run out. I promise you we're almost past the X only thing. We just get to make our way to Mount Moon and we can get Metroids. The effect is really good as long as it's up. Like, physical damage does so little. Normal type, come on, poison it. No. Not sand attack. There you go. Alright, so now it's going to die eventually. I just have to like waste moves. Because all of them do literally nothing. So how's your guys' day been? Cause I'm gonna be sitting here for a second. I know this is riveting gameplay, edge of your seat stuff. Probably sucks for the people who want to just have it as background noise because you're just going to be glued to the screen and you're going to not going to be able to get any work done. But I promise it won't be just like this intense the whole way through. It's going to be some chill points. I'm going to make a really high level play here and not do anything and wait for the PG to die. And yep, it's working out. And it died of natural causes. I mean, poison or not, the PG would probably have died of old age by this point. So the strategy is really just to outlast the opponent. Okay, I'm going to go back here to get more rock trolls just every fight now. Let's get some escape ropes and some repels. Because there are no Metroids in the first floor. You want to go down, further down, highest chance of Metroid. So as soon as I'm in Mount Moon, I'm just gonna make a beeline for that. And with a repel on, when it runs out, we can just hunt for a Metroid, get that, and from then on you'll be doing great. So, squash some bugs with rocks now. Another reason that I really wanted to make Metroid's bug types is just I like bug types and they suck. Like, I want more good bugs. Like, there are so many bad bug types. I always like when there's a good bug. Like, before I decided to make this, I was going to do a Pokemon Red run of only bug types. Like, I was going to make the starter a Caterpie, and from then on I could only catch and use bug types. Wound up not doing it, but yeah, the reason I was going to is because they're just so bad in Gen 1. That's kind of a fun challenge. Because like, you basically only get one decent bug, which is either a Scyther or Pinsir, depending on what version you're playing. And it's really late game. Like Safari Zone. Am I going to be able to get through this guy? How's my PP? Only 2, yeah, no. It's going to go back. Oh no! Hi, I like shorts. They're delightfully comfy and easy to wear. Good. Good. I'm trying to get rid of some bugs right now. None of them are good. In that case, good that I'm not very strong. You don't want to get fire blasted by a cockroach. Oof, that did not do a lot of damage. Yeah, I have a lot and a lot of spiders where I live. I'm at ground level, so they just walk right in. And yeah, there's a bunch of spiders. And then I have a little, I don't know if this is a thing in like every country, but there's a bunch of people who will give you tiny New Testament Bibles, which here is like a little blue book with like a, I think it's rubber, the covers. And I just have one of those that exists exclusively to kill spiders. I'll just open it and crush spiders in the different pages, because a lot of them just come down from the ceiling, you know, in the web. Oh no! I thought we were safe. This sucks. I'm just gonna reset it. I thought, oh, he's a youngster, he's not gonna have any poison types, only bug catchers at this point have poison types. But that is wrong, because he has an Ekans. Ekans also exists. When I was in doubt whether I had just saved, and I had, that was a waste. I am dumb. But yeah, my last apartment had a ton of spiders in the stairwell and on the outside of the window. Yeah, I have a lot of spiders on the inside here. Like right here where I'm sitting, a bunch of spiders will just rappel down onto me. One time it happened on stream, that a spider just landed on my neck while I was streaming, and I just kinda carefully picked it up because I'm used to it. Like, I know not to just scratch an itch if it's in that kind of situation, because there's a good chance that it's... Oh, I went the wrong... Okay, whatever. I know not scratch an itch on my neck or something like that. Because it might be a spider, so I just kind of go to the area and just do a pinching kind of motion, so I can squish it without, you know, being against my own skin. Neither run at all, sort of thing. Oh no. I really need you to die to 6 rock tombs. No. It misses so much. It misses 20% of the time. Oh no, I couldn't stand that. Yeah, and thankfully I'm not like... I don't have too much of a problem with spiders. Either, you know, them creeping me out, or in terms of like allergies or anything like that. Come on, one rock tomb, it just has to hit. Okay, good. It was an 80% chance, but I wasn't taking anything for granted there. Okay, I keep messing this up. Back we go. I just wanted Metroid so bad, and I can't get to it. I'm not ending the stream until we have a Metroid. All right. So now I can go whatever. I'm such an idiot. I was like, oh, we already fought the boy, but no, we reset on him. Ugh. I hate you. Whatever, I'm taking all the XPs. I don't care. I'm only using one rock tomb on you. The rest I'm going to let the poison. Okay. Now I'm saving the other ones for the Ekans, I don't care. I can stay here all day. I already have. Yeah, but I'm very glad I'm not going to have to do like the rival fight in Cerulean with only an axe. That's a lot of work. Here's Ekans. Let's hit it with rocks. Come on, we have 9 rocks. We have now 8 rocks. A part of me thinks spiders are cool, but not when I'm in my bedroom, a bathroom, or a car. You get it? I don't want to be near them when I'm doing other stuff. You have to respect your private time. Yeah. And the thing about spiders, like, I'm not super knowledgeable about spiders, so I usually kill anything that's bigger than, like, what would be a comparison, like a Tic Tac. Anything that's bigger than a Tic Tac, I'm just gonna crush out of like an abundance of caution. I know that most of them can't or won't bite you, but I don't know which is which, and I just really don't want the annoyance. A while back I got a spider that, like, no bigger than that, bit my finger, and it was just swollen to the point where, like, I couldn't move it for like a day and a half. So that was really annoying, and you know, I don't want to have that happen because that really messes up your day. So all spiders have to pay for the sins of that one spider now. Because, you know, if it bites me on my right hand like that, you know, I can't work all day. Also, a ton of spiders live behind my toilet. My toilet has just one of those box things where the water is inside. Like, it's not inside the wall, it's its own thing. And it's just closed too, but not fully, you know, up against the wall. There's a little gap there. So spiders just live there, and it's really hard to clean. There are very common spiders in my country that is very deadly. Is it the brown recluse? Because that's kind of the worst one we have around here. It exists like all over the Americas, but right here where I live is the worst one. It gives you gangrene wherever it bites you. It leaves like a really big area. No, it's not gangrene. It's like, I think it's necrosis, not gangrene. But yeah, either way, it sucks. Chilean recluse spider. Oh, so it must be like related to it. Because I know you can die from a brown recluse, but it's kind of exaggerated. People talk a lot about how it can kill you with one bite, but that's very rare. Healthy people without an allergy are very unlikely to die from that. They probably just get really bad, you know, necrosis, which is already not fun. Nobody wants any of their flesh to be rotten, but it's not gonna kill you. But it really sucks that they're called recluse because they like to hide in like small dark places, and that means that they will be like in your closet or inside your shoes, and you won't see them, so you can just kind of put your hands or your foot where they are. I'm going to buy a Magikarp here just for the Pokédex. I know you can fish them anywhere later, but yeah, this is like slightly less effort, and $500 is nothing. So In summer they're everywhere. Oh, that sucks. Here ours are fairly rare, and they don't like hang around a lot. They stay in small dark places, so you're not likely, you know, to just have one fall down from a tree on you or something like that. I'm so itchy, I don't know why I'm so itchy. So, bag, repel. Yeah, let's get some items around here. I don't want any geodudes or Zubats bothering me, I just want a Metroid. I also, in this build, like we were considering like having something be used, but I have no use for moonstones, so I'm not going down there. So here I believe it should be possible, oh, but even more so here, to catch a Metroid. Star piece. This is just money, I'm pretty sure. So let's go Metroid. Nope. Well, since I found the Zubat, let's see what Rock Throw does. Yeah, I'm trying to catch it. How many Pokeballs do I have? 6, okay. I don't feel like I need that many to catch a Metroid. Yeah, boom, Zubat, there you go. Nope. Paris is a good AGM slave. I am going to allow that much. Should be similar unless its stats, yeah. Stats are not going to be that much worse than Zubat. And we got our Paris. I'm going to save here. And let's hunt for Metroids. Another Zubat. Let's run away now. Geodude. I'm not going to waste the Pokeballs because later when I find a Metroid I want to make sure I can catch it. Am I wrong? Did I not place Metroids mostly here? Oh, I want a Clefairy though. I'm gonna use one Pokeball and a Clefairy. Clefairy is like my favorite Pokemon. Oh no. I'm asleep. Come on, wake up. Oh, come on. Just poison it, then I don't mind being asleep. One more Rock Tomb, but missed. Oh, I'm ready to have something else over Rock Tomb. At least not like Australia where everything is deadly. Yeah, I hear that a lot. I wonder how much that is a thing. I know they have like, but it's like a really specific place that you have to like actively go. I think it's not anywhere that's inhabited, but they have a fairly tiny jellyfish that has a toxin that like just makes your pain receptors. I think it is your pain receptors fire like the most they possibly can forever. And it's like the worst pain that you can feel when you like die from shock or like something like that. You die just from the amount of pain that you get. So that's really bad. Did I not place Metroids in the 3rd level? I was pretty sure this was the place with the most Metroids. And they're not like likely anywhere. Like they're among the less likely ones. But it's not supposed to be this difficult. Oh, here we go. I think we got better luck. Because I tested this. Like I did play test Metroid encounters. And it didn't seem that bad. Oh well. Let's do this. Just make sure not to kill it, because rock throw would be super effective. So I think I'm just going to ingrain and wait it out. Oh, this is a Mega Drain. How much is it taking per Mega Drain? Oh, like nothing. So okay. This horrible. Yeah, it's sounds very bad. I don't want to go anywhere near that. Okay, I'm going to use one Rock Tomb. Come on, don't crit or anything. Okay, good. Just because with Mega Drain, like, its life is going down so slowly. Okay, I'm just gonna start throwing balls now. We have 3 of them. Come on, one. Not even close, huh? I'm worried. Okay, I'm gonna stall this one then. Okay, good. Didn't recover any health. Going to lose some to poison, but not enough to die next turn. Let's Pokeball. Come on! It's poisoned and almost dead. And final Pokeball, don't fail me. Yeah, good. Got a Metroid. I'm not naming it this time. We named the other one Baby. I'm just gonna let it be. This run we have like a lot of Pokemon. I'm just going to let them have the game names. Escape rope now. Metroid fainted. Oops. Now we can just heal and deposit our boys, because we did get a Clefairy, a Zubat, and a this. By the way, I could catch more than one Metroid. I'm just going to. This is actually not a good strategy. It's better to concentrate your XP. But okay, Metroid is, you know, friendship ended with X. Metroid is now my best friend. We're just going to do the run with it. And let's see if it, how much level up it even needs. Can I do just mandatory battles here? So, oh, it starts with Mega Drain, so this is pretty fun. We get to grind on just the Geodudes, which should give a decent amount of XP. Oh no, Squirrel. Oh, alright, fine. Oddish, huh? Let's just Leech Life. Oh, it's going to be like that, huh? How much does Tackle do? About the same? Come on, I don't want to share the XP with the X. I want to level up the Metroid. So that delayed evolution thing, like the Metroid, the original form, learns draining moves fastest, so it will learn like Giga Drain at a lower level than if I let it become Gamma Metroid. Then Gamma uses like electric stuff, so Gamma Metroid will, it's the only one that will learn electric moves, it's the only one that will learn them, including from TMs and like Move Tutor, but you got to keep them after you evolve, but you have to learn it while it's a Gamma Metroid. And if you leave it in Gamma Metroid for a really long time, past when it will become Omega, it will learn Zap Cannon, which Omega does not like. So there we go. Vice Grip, yes, definitely over. I mean, it is just flat out better than Tackle, while Leech Life is a bug move. The Leech Life is so bad. Even then, I think I'll just leave Tackle. Another thing about Gen 1 with bugs is even not only are the bug Pokemon themselves bad, there are no strong bug moves. Like there was no Super Horn or a Signal Beam. So even if you have a strong bug, it's not going to do strong bug damage. It's just going to do other stuff. It's going to have all the bug vulnerabilities without really being able to exploit the super effectivenesses. And also, I'm pretty sure like now Bug is strong against Poison, but in Gen 1 it was weak. And Poison is the most common type in Gen 1. So it's just a really bad type. Like I really don't think it's just meant to be awful. Like that can be an accident how bad they made it. But I like the idea of like Bug starting bad, but then now it's the type that's good against Psychic, which is just the strongest type in early Pokemon. But it just kind of is on paper, but actually isn't. Because like half the bugs are poison types as well anyway, so they're just neutral against Psychic. And okay, bug type moves are super effective against Psychic, but there are no moves strong enough that even twice them is any good. So, double base 20 damage isn't a lot of damage. I'm just going to use another Repel now, because I want to save my PPs for the mandatory battles. So let's save in front of this guy. The next battle after this guy was, I think, the worst thing in the X-only run. It just took forever. So what are we going to do? Mega Drain? Figure Mega Drain. Vice Grip better? Ooh, that's a bad crit. Mega Drain to get the health back. Yep. It hit Mega Fang. That's bad. But this guy should be pretty easy. Oh, the problem is there are no revives yet. I'm going to have to go back. Ah, that sucks. Oof. Let's just really hope we can take this out of Rock Tomb. Otherwise, good thing I saved. Okay, that's easy. 2-hit KO shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go back. Growing up, I always thought that Twin Needle was a good move, but it is not. Yep, it's really not. And I just really don't like... I'm not going to learn spikes because it's more of a strategic move. Like we're not doing a versus, you know. Doing a solo run with few Pokemon, spikes just not worth the slot. Spikes, by the way, hurts Pokemon that switch in. So if you put spikes and you can add more and more, whoever comes in next is going to just take automatic damage coming in. Which is just for, you know, when you're fighting trainer after trainer after trainer, conserving PP, having to go back to the Pokemon Center, having a really tactical move like that. I don't have... Oh, I do have a revive. Okay, so I'm not coming back. It's not on the stores yet, but I guess I picked up on just the ground. But yeah, multiple hit moves. They just aren't good. They're unreliable. You don't know how many times they're going to hit. And anybody with a decent defense just gets very little damage for them because defense gets applied every time. So it doesn't really add up to that much. So, guess you'll Vice Grip. Disabled Vice Grip. Oh well. How much does Leech Life do? Not very much. I forgot it was not very effective. Oh well, Mega Drain then. Also not very effective, but you know. Well, I thought it would do more just because of the base. But you know, there is also the thing where at least Leech Life is stab damage. Let's Rock Tomb it. That's really not a lot of damage. Why though? Did it harden a bunch? Was I distracted? Yeah, I guess I had already done it a bunch of times. Really didn't seem like it should be that much. Oh no, I'm poisoned. I'm just going to drain some PP now. Come at me. Do your thing. Oh, I'm taking way more poison damage than I am recovering health. I thought it was a little bit more balanced. So okay, back to the Metroid. I can't be switched out. Oh no. Is that a thing from Ingrained that I didn't notice last time because it was a solo run? That's a real problem. I'm just going to have to wait to die. With Ingrained and everything. It's going to take a second. At least the Grime is going to run out of PP. Start putting up reflects. Okay. Use reflex. And that should be it. Okay. So now back to the Metroid. Its defense is so high that I'm pretty sure Mega Drain is the way to go. Really, my problem is with the poison. The pound really doesn't do a whole lot. But okay, we did beat the Grimer. Let's hope the next one is more manageable. Oh, there's 2 more. We're definitely gonna lose. Crit, good. Now Reflect's gone. Smog. Well, at least we got the XPs from both of them. Screech is pretty good. It's going over Bind. Bind's just bad. What's next? Volt Orb. Well, I'm just going to let the poison immediately. Bye, Volt Orb. Good job. So we lost a bunch of money, but you know, not that big a deal. We can definitely do it now. Just going back there. Now, should I go to the store and get like... Nah, I don't want to backtrack. There's 2 trainers that can catch me there. It's going to be annoying. I'm just gonna run from the Pokemon. Oops, that's not good. And I have all my PP. Bye. Screech should have made the first battle a lot better, because I could just counteract the Hardens. Screech gets defense down 2 stages. And Harden gets it up 1 stage, so if we're both doing it, I'm winning out. Then you can just Vice Grip. Stealth. Okay, good. I have a question about your commissions. If I order a detailed color sketch from you, if I later decide I want a full art version of it, could I then just commission you to upgrade and play the difference? Or would the process remaking... Yeah, the process is definitely a lot more work to get a detail, you know. It's not like I'm just stopping halfway. I finished it in one way, and then I'm going to, you know, have to finish it another way. So it's way more work than going from just a proper sketch. Because even the color sketch, like, it was the only name I found, but it's not even that accurate. I hope like the drawings I use in my price sheet make that clear. But the color sketch is also a lot more detailed than the sketch. It just doesn't have like inked lines. It's like penciled lines, but it's pretty much full art. So having gone, you know, I wouldn't do pencil art that detailed before just finishing it as full art. So I'd probably have to figure out the price on the go. I'd have to take a look at it. I don't feel comfortable saying it, but I don't think it would be that much more than the difference. Mostly because I underpriced color sketches and overpriced full art in my current prices to kind of incentivize more people to ask for color sketches, because I kind of want to do more of that kind of art right now. Like that's the part that takes a lot of time of making full art. It's something that I'm not really interested in investing that much time in at the moment. So I kind of priced it accordingly. So even though this would be more work, it might just kind of average out and not be that, you know, unfair to it. Okay, I'm going to switch out. I'm glad I asked. I'll make sure to make up my mind before I order. Yeah, it's probably best. I do recommend color sketches over full art. I don't think they're really worse. They just take so much less time. Like, people tend to go for the full art, but like if you look at my color sketches and my full art, I don't really feel like the full art's better than the color sketches. The color sketches have a texture to them that I think is nice, and I don't know, full art can be kind of cold sometimes. So the way I priced it, especially, I would definitely go for a color sketch. Okay, good, on poison type. It used the actual move Smog that hurts before you use like poison gas, and because it's a move that hurts, it activates color change. So I'm at poison type, and I can't be poisoned. No, I can. Wait, had I been changed back already again? Did I get distracted? Because now it changed me to poison type, and you shouldn't be able to poison me at poison type. And it shouldn't, you know, change me to poison type if I was already poisoned. Alright, let's poison you. Screech as well. Good, it's fine. I'm fine with X fainting, because then Metroid gets to get the KO. Oh, it missed Rock Tomb. But I think I can still get out the last Rock Tomb. Yeah. So now I should be able to just Mega Drain it with the Metroid, even though it's really weak. It did get, yeah, it did lose speed from Rock Tombs, so even though Voltorb is like the fastest evolution line, it still didn't outspeed. Good, let me get an antidote. Sorry, did it work? No. There you go. And a potion, why not? Even though we can just walk out now. So, fossil, doesn't really matter. I'm not going to use it. Let's get out of here. What's this? Antidote, okay. The antidote's probably there just so people don't faint from poison from the last battle before they make it to Cerulean. Got some RTMs, always good. Before I forget, let's just heal and buy things. And then I think today's playthrough can be just all the way up to, you know, Cerulean, Rival 2 and Misty. Not really built. Super potion, that's good. But they're really expensive. I'd rather get 2 potions for less than half. Yeah, we're really short on money here. I'm going to buy a repel because I can. This way, even if I lose battles, I'll be fine. But we do have Metroid with Mega Drain and a whole gym of water types. So let's train our boy. Oh, it's a girl actually. Right now I think it's still 50-50 odds for the member for that Metroid. Oop. There you go. I don't think Shelter has anything ice yet. No, it doesn't. So yeah, pretty much sweeping here. What's up? Oop, wrong attack. Just mashed too fast. And wrong attack again. That's my problem. Oh, super effective, but not that effective. Does Goldeen just have really high special defense? Come on, just don't hit yourself in confusion. Dang it. I could lose. Oh good, just snapped out. Oh, but it was only that one. Okay, let's heal and try Misty. Maybe I'll switch into X for the Staryu, but let's see. Just to, you know, leave some stats and a barrier and then set it up for Metroid to win. How much does Mega Drain do then? Defense road? Don't care. Not planning you on doing physical attacks here. That was a crit, huh? So it's probably not even a 3-hit kill. That's not impressive. Mega Drain really isn't that strong. Like, the name is kind of misleading. Like having Mega in the name. But it makes it sound like it would be like a Thunderbolt level move, but it's really a Thunder Shock level move. And Giga Drain is the Thunderbolt level one, which, you know, Giga sounds like it should be like Blizzard Fire Blast level, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm glad Water Pulse hasn't confused yet. That's pretty lucky, I think. It hit a lot. Are you going to use an item again? No. Just He's going to save the Mega Drain here. Boops. Bye. We're level 18 now. Starmie, what is up? How many Mega Drains do you still have? 5. Let's see what it does. Swift is a lot. Yeah. Not a lot. Let's switch into car. Metroid will evolve in level 20, by the way. I made them evolve a little bit late. Poison gas right away. Good. Water pulse is good. I'm pretty sure it has confusion. And if it started with confusion, that would be super effective. That would hurt a lot. But now that I'm water type, it really doesn't have anything too strong to do against me. Yeah, it's just Rock Tomb. And that's a crit, yeah. Speed fell. Yeah, it's good. If I get a lot of that, then the Metroid can outspeed. I was kinda hoping to get KO'd here, but I'm thinking I won't. Oh, he's recover. That's a whole problem. Then there's a good chance that I will get KO'd. Pretty sure recover has 10 PP, so they can do that 10 times. And so there's a thing about, but I really think items in battle is just a terrible idea and should have been cut from the games in early generations. Like, what's the point of recover if you can just have potions, which are objectively better than recover? Like, you're using one of only 4 move slots to be able to recover a little bit of health. But you can use none of your move slots to recover more health. And you also get priority, like absolute priority goes before any move. That was too bad, he was so close. And really the only cost is a little bit of money, and these games always give you so much more money than you even need. So it's just really poorly balanced. If I made like a final version of Pokémetroid, I could also just release a version where I manually go into all the trainers and remove items from every trainer to be like, hey, now you can use, you can play without items in battle, and the opposing, trainer won't use it either. It's such a bad mechanic. There's this thing like you get the original Pokemon was really different from, like, there wasn't a lot of precedent, and it was made, even though it was in development for a really long time, they were doing it with their own money, kind of here and there, working on other projects for most of the development. So you get that, it was kind of pushed out without that much thought. So there's a lot of, you understand that it's really buggy and that there's a lot of mechanics that don't really work. But there's a bunch of stuff that I just don't get why they didn't fix. Like, they fixed a lot of stuff in Gen 2, and it's like all these other things seem like such bad ideas and they kept it. Like, I still don't get the thing where you can't learn anything over HMs, the moves that you can use in the field to like progress in the game. Like, ever since Gen 2, you're just not going to drop them. You always have the HM. Like, you could just make them key items and have them always be in your bag, like you can't drop them. So if you learn something else over them, you're not going to get stranded. You can just teach it again over the move that you just learned. Like, why is that a thing? And like in Gen 2, you're still like stuck. Like you lose good moves that you could want to learn because you're stuck with an HM. I just never got that mechanic, why I thought it was a good idea. Like in Gen 1, you can put any item in the PC and your inventory is really limited and the PC is really limited. So I get that you could put the agent on the PC and then get yourself stranded. But beyond that game, there's just never any need for that, and I never got the idea. Gen 2, chances are that your water Pokemon will have 3 HMs. Yeah, Gen 2 pretty much demands, also Gen 3 with Dive and stuff, pretty much demands that you have a water Pokemon as an HM slave in your team. Are you only now getting here? I'm on my way out. These gym leaders are pushovers. My Pokemon need some real exercise. Show me what you got. So yeah. Now we have a proper rival team. Still have Spearow, which is good against Metroid, so I really shouldn't have started out with Metroid. I'm going to switch to Corax. Yeah, and you're always in water in Gen 3 as well, so you always have to have that one Pokemon. I think kind of their idea, like Game Freak, like the idea in their heads, is that your Pokemon team isn't supposed to be thought of as just a fighting team. It's like an adventuring team where you're going to have utility Pokemon that are there for that, you know, they kind of intended HM slaves basically. That all your moves aren't there just for fun, like they're all usable in battle, but you're not supposed to just have moves that are actually, you know, worth having in battle. You're supposed to have Pokemon just kind of to make your journey. But I think the way it's implemented is really frustrating when they get you stuck with HMs that you can't drop, and then you had like that one chance to learn a move while leveling up, and because you couldn't drop the HM before that and there was no warning that you're going to learn this move you wanted, you just have to drop it and just not have it forever. Like, it's really not well implemented. Also, I really feel like, especially Gen 1, I feel like was kind of optimized to push you to switch out your team. They wanted you to try different Pokemon and understood that it was fairly likely that people would just kind of be like, okay, I already invested in this Pokemon, it's higher level than the ones I'm catching, I'm attached to it, I'm just going to use the same ones. I feel like that's why you find a lot of bugs early on in the game that like evolve and teach you about evolution, but then become completely obsolete. And really, most of the early game becomes obsolete. I think Radicate's pretty decent. But yeah, I think especially in Gen 1, they kind of wanted you to switch out Pokemon, which can be a lot of fun. It's a way that I kinda like to play, and that I do feel Pokemon, especially nowadays, doesn't reward that much. Really, the easiest, fastest way to play Pokemon is a solo run. Like, even with the focus in type advantages, the concentration of XP in one Pokemon is big enough that you you can pretty much just breeze through the entire game. Just gonna set up a reflect and let my boy Metroid take it from here, just get all the XPs. Is the idea. I hope I don't end up losing because of it. Oh, totally, but I think the idea could have worked better if there were more than one way to clear a field obstacle. Like for example, you can cut a tree with cut, slash, or guillotine. Yeah, that could be good. They were like, if you, because there's like two key items. There's the leader that says you cannot use it in the field, and the gem. They could probably have designed the game around only one, like only the equivalent of the leader teaching you how to use it in battle, and have it be, you know, use more stuff like the key to the gym in Cinnabar or something like that, just an item that opens a door. If they want to, you know, force you to go to certain places, and yeah, it would be cool to have you be able to use a number of different things. I've kind of thought about that before, how they could have done it past Gen 1. Or they could, it could be like they want to make it feel like you're using your Pokemon just in your travels. They could make it so there's like a bunch of different stuff that requires a certain Pokemon to get by, but the Pokemon could just have it the way they have abilities nowadays. They just could just have certain field abilities. So you have a Charmander and it's like, oh, you can make a torch to light up dark places, and it can like burn down like webs that are blocking certain paths, and you know, then another Pokemon has another set of them. So you're like pulling them out and always using different stuff to get through the world. They have a lot of overworld elements that your Pokemon like interacting with, and so you need to have a team that has amongst them all the skills you need to get through a certain path. But not have you filling in your limited move pool with just that. I'm going to use one Screech before Vice Gripping. Focus Energy is one of those things that I never want to have. Does it up your critical hit rate? I don't feel like that's very useful. So, should I Screech or should I just start Vice Gripping? Let's see how much a Vice Grip does. I'm going to do one Screech because it's going to take... Oh, it has Clear Body. I'm such an idiot. I'm going to lose because of that. Oh, crit! Coming in clutch. Because there was a real risk of me losing because I forgot that we both had Clear Body. But we won't anymore after this because I'm evolving. But yeah, there's also a clever solution where like any cutting move would do what cut does. Then like any move that made light could do what flash does. Like you could use flamethrower, or you could use like any thunder shock or whatever to light up places. Now that's more like it. Looked like I'm still being too soft on my runs, huh? Next time we meet, things will be different. Oh, again, I overextended the text. You should go to see Bill. He lives north of here. He invented the Pokemon storage system. I got some useful information from him. So enough chit chat. I'll get back to training now. Oh right, I'm supposed to give you this device. To give this device to you. Yeah, this again, popping out of the dialog bubble. Something called Fame Checker. I never used it, so don't ask me what it does. Fame Checker. I guess you use it to log information on people, like a geek. So that sounded like something you might be into. So don't say I never gave you anything. Bye. So yeah. On that dialogue I put in a reference to the previous run where I think Orlek had to explain to me what the fame checker did because I had no idea. And also, you know, keeping information on people, having logs of information on people. It's like in Metroid Prime, you know, you scan enemies and you have that kind of stuff. So that being the kind of stuff Samus might do. But yeah, we have our two boys in their middle evolutions now, and the next thing is Nugget Bridge, which is just a lot of back-to-back combat. So I am going to end, let me just walk up to it. I'm going to end today's stream right here. Sounds like a good point to do it. Next stream, Bill, the SSN, another rival battle. The dialogue, thanks. Build the SSN, where that's the last rival battle that I already have coded into the game. So I'm going to be coding the future rival battles, you know, while I play this. And pretty soon after that, I should get my own little birdie, which will grow into a Ridley. And yeah, beyond that, we should be breezing. Like the start of this one was really difficult because we were doing the whole only X thing, which is the hardest solo run, and that was one of the hardest points in the run. The very early game, it's really difficult. So we got past the worst of it, and it should go a lot faster now. The way it has been going, you know, with first tried all of Misty's Gym and Rival. I thought about making the Rival harder, but I don't want to make it completely out of the ranges in the original game. She's already generally higher level with better coverage and some better moves. I gave her custom move sets in every battle after the very early ones, where Green doesn't have that for all of them. So I'm making her a lot tougher. When I'm like done, which might be after, you know, we test this one, I was kind of considering making like a hard version of the game, just because I feel Pokemon's too easy. Just making all the key battles hard. Although again, that is something that I would appreciate the help of someone more knowledgeable to do, because I'm not, you know, I'm good enough at Pokemon that I find, you know, vanilla Fire Red to be kind of boring, too easy, if you don't self-impose a bunch of different challenges. But I'm not super knowledgeable in terms of like being really good at creating cool teams for the rivals. So again, I'll end the stream with something that I said near the beginning. If anybody watching like does Gen 3 ROM hacking and your skills are like not in the sprite side but rather other stuff, feel free to contact me and we can like talk about maybe after version 3 making this project like a collaborative thing where a bunch of people can be like programming in the Pokemon, and I can mainly just do the sprites, and I would also accept help in the sprite part. Yeah, if we ever are to turn this into a thing with like more Metroid creatures, even full only Metroid creatures mod, I feel like that could be a lot of fun. Even changing the story, if people feel like it, that I absolutely am not very able to do. Changing maps and story in the game. I kind of tried to mess with the map just for Cerulean Cave. Like Cerulean Cave is the only place with fully custom encounters, because I wanted to have like really hard Pokemon, a lot of Metroids, and Pokemon that kind of look like space pirates there, just before Mother Brain, and I upped the levels in general. But I tried to change the terrain and it just completely bugged out and screwed everything over. So yeah, that's I'm not messing with that anymore. So yeah, that's it for today. See you guys around. Bye.